Hello and welcome to another video of me painting. Not too exciting, I'll be completely honest with you. Now, me and Brad got this in epoxy and high build primer yesterday. So today it was straight in there, block sanding it, getting it all ready to go for the paint. So first things first, it's Friday, everybody's tired, everybody wants to go home, and it is really fucking late if I'm honest. Ideally I shouldn't have started this now, but you know, things take a while, customers turn up, things get delayed, and yeah, I was pushing my luck on the time a little bit, but you know, we got it done, and it's just part of the game, innit? Sometimes you don't make it home till the next day. So I'm just starting here doing the edges with the 2K white. Now it's a two-tone job. The roof is going white and the rest of the car is going black. What I'm doing here first is just getting them drip rails, because the rails actually fold back on themselves and they're incredibly hard to get paint in. What you've got to do in these sort of things is drop down the pressure potentially a little bit and just come back on yourself, get it in there, and then do coat over the top. Because if you're painting these from directly above, you will never get the paint in the gutters. So you've got to drop the pressure a little bit, get the paint in there, and then go ahead and do your full layer over the top. Now, I did make life a little bit harder for myself. Now, me and Brad were blocking this car all day long, and I got a little bit excited when we come to the roof, and I thought, you know what, it's not a massive roof, it's not too high, because I am quite a short geezer, so I usually do struggle with the roof, if I'm honest. Now, I got a little bit excited and I whacked out the long block. I don't mean like the medium size block, I mean the long block, just to make it a little bit harder for myself. But trust me, it is so worth it, because this roof was straight as anything. I am really trying to up my game at the moment, if I'm honest. I mean, I don't usually use a long block on a roof, because generally roofs are pretty straight. They don't usually get that much damage. I mean, obviously things happen, you do get cars with slightly wobbly roofs, but this time the roof was pretty straight. We did have to do a little bit of work on it, but I really fancied the challenge this time, so I blocked the whole thing with this long block. God, mate, did it take me a while, but the results speaks for themselves. Absolutely so worth getting the long block out for this bad boy. So yeah, as I was saying before, obviously the customer had come to us, the customer had done a lot of the work already in the metal work. We've done some panel beating, a bit more of the metal work, and then a hell of a lot more body work than we expected. We originally was hoping to have this done in a week or two, and it's not quite worked out that way, as to most jobs. However, we are on week 3, so we're not too behind, but obviously, you know, we was hoping to be done and finished within the 2 weeks, and we're on week 3, and paint is only just going on the thing. So, like I said, it has had a lot of extra work, a lot more than we expected, but we don't fuck around here. We get the job done. We said we'd do it, and we're doing it. The paint I'm using here is a MIPA, a 2K paint with HS10 hardener. I don't want to go off too quick, but I don't want it to go off too slow. Now, usually on a full job on a car, I'd be using HS25, as it's a slow hardener and it gives you time to get round the car without any dry spots. But for the roof, this is not necessary, so I whacked out the HS10, fairly quick hardening, not the fastest, but fast enough. Now, this is the second coat of the 2K white MIPA paint. Unfortunately, in a second, you'll see my video cut off because my alarm went off to tell me I needed to go home. And I was only on coat number 2, which is slightly inconvenient, but you know, shit happens. We'll just have to nod and say we did. After the second coat, decent coat of the 2K MIPA primer and another 20-minute flash off time, I've gone in and put a decent helping of lacquer over it. Now this is not completely necessary when you're doing 2K paint, as 2K paint doesn't need lacquer, but putting a coat of lacquer over your 2K paint, one, gives it that extra gloss and that extra UV protection, and two, if you do get any imperfections or anything that you need to denib, you know, it does happen, it's real life, things do get in your paint sometimes, no matter how clean you are, accidents happen, you know. Having that little top coat of lacquer on it gives you that tiny little bit of freedom. If you need to do a little denib and a little cut and polish, you can. But on top of this, I find personally, when you put a coat of lacquer over the top of 2K, it just tends to make it flow out that much nicer, resulting in you not actually needing to do any polishing anyway. Now, I was incredibly late home, so it was a very quick swoop pass on the camera. As I was on my way out of the booth, I didn't have no time to get an aftershot because literally I'm about an hour late at this point, so I had to shoot. But I will update you with a fresh video, hopefully tomorrow. Thanks for watching.